8:42, welcome back to Breakfast Television, and we welcome to the program actor Kenneth Mosley, who's going to speak about the life and the music surrounding the legend, the man, the legend, Berry Gordy, and one of the stars in Motown the Musical here in town until Sunday. Good morning to you.
Good morning,
welcome
good morning.
to the deep freeze.
Thank you. I heard this is like the coldest day of the year so far.
You heard it through the grapevine?
Yes.
Wah, wah.
I see what you did there.
All right. Well, we do welcome you to Calgary, and we're very excited about this show. I'd like to speak to you about your audition process, because you actually had a surprise. Who was in the room for your audition?
Well, for my final audition, I had several, but for the final audition, they said, can you come back tomorrow? We'll have you dance in the morning, and then just come back in the evening. And then kind of over her shoulder, the casting director says, oh, yeah, and Mr. Gordy will be there, but don't worry about it. Just, you know, come on in.
No big deal.
No big deal. Just the guy you're going to portray, the living legend, he'll be there too. So.
Well, nice that you got the stamp of approval from the man himself.
Yes.
And
yes.
how much did you get to speak with him about your character research and what you had to do before you hit the stage?
Actually, during the audition, he pulled me to the side and he just began to talk to me about his family, about Motown, about his favorite sisters, and how he felt when this happened, and how he felt when he met Marvin Gaye, and what kind of person he was. And really, when he met Stevie Wonder and his mother, he really just began to prep me for the role. And so it was great to be coached by him. And then he came to the rehearsal process, and he's been to several of our shows as well.
Wow. I mean, these are huge moments
Yes.
in the history of America and the world.
Yes.
and in music and how music evolved. And so for you, what drove the man? Because he was an entrepreneur outside of music before
Yes.
he was so successful in music. So what do you think, where did that drive come from?
You know, Mr. Gordy was inspired actually by boxing in the beginning of his career, and even before his career as a kid. He saw Joe Louis fighting, and he saw what this African American did to uplift the people in that culture, to uplift other African Americans who had not seen someone succeed in certain areas. And he was actually a featherweight champion. He was a boxer himself. And he went on and translated that drive into music. And he found that he could write. He found that he could spot great talent and cultivate that talent. He was a one-stop shop, choreography and etiquette and everything in between. And they began to record and make hits, and it just took off, and he went with it.
Yes, and you get to do all of this on
Yes.
stage. You
Yes.
sing, you dance, you perform, you play this man. How much was it important for you that you accurately were able to bring his characteristics to the stage? Did you sort of take the emotional journey over the physical journey, or how did you approach that?
You know, I've been inspired by Mr. Gordy for many years. He did a TV show on the Oprah Winfrey Network, the Master Class,
Yep.
years ago, before I even thought I would play him. And his drive and his vision had already inspired me. So I took the historical narrative and I merged it with the emotional and the impact that he had on society at the time. I got his autobiography and I began to read about each of these moments that I would portray and how it affected him, and it really inspired me.
Yeah, so much to dig into, and
so much.
Great material.
Yes.
So what a gift for you and the cast.
Yes.
As actors. Speak about the audience participation. Do people full voice sing during the show?
To us, it's not a fun show if they don't.
Uh-huh.
We love to hear the audience singing along. We love to hear the cheering of the audience. Diana Ross has a wonderful segment when she actually selects two people from the audience, and they get to sing, reach out, and touch somebody's hand with her. And that's always fun for us. But as my mother said when she and my father came, your father was singing all the whole show, and that's what we love. On key, off key, it doesn't matter. We want to hear the audience.
Okay, perfect. Well, you can sing along as Motown the Musical is in Calgary through to Sunday, so there are a handful of shows that you can check out, and I would say break a leg. Yes? Did
Yes.
we say that?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
It's icy out there, so I mean that in the theatrical sense.
Only on stage.
Entirely.
Yes.
Welcome to Calgary, and
Thank
we
you
hope
so
you have a
much.
wonderful run. What a great show. Andy, those songs, it's just, you can't help but sing along, right?
The catch is you have to pay for a seat, but you're not going to be in hell that long. It's one of those things. You're going to be standing up.